What's up to all you marks out there, and welcome back to the Exposed Turnbuckle. My name is Patrick, and I will be covering your official WWE Smackdown review. Let's get it. So if I could sum this show up in a word, what would it be? Right on the tip of my tongue. I can almost hear it. Oh yeah, boo. Jesus goddamn Christ. Like, what if my boy Kevin Owens was not in the main event, and if I didn't if I wasn't a fan, I would have clicked this shit off after like the first 12 minutes. I mean, Jesus goddamn Christ, dude. Like, I didn't even think that SmackDown could stoop this low, but wow. SmackDown opened with Jinder Mahal doing a photo shoot with the title. Tells the camera, get my good angle, get my good side. Shane McMahon comes and he takes the title away. He goes, you gotta earn this stuff. And he says, well, now you're going to have a match with Sami Zayn later. And that is how SmackDown opened up. And if this was a prelude of stuff to come, safe to say it's hard. It's bad saying that this is one of the high points of tonight, but there really weren't a lot. Cut to the front and Shane's music hits, and he introduces the new addition to SmackDown, the new U.S. champion, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho comes out, huge ovation, as always. Does some cheap pops to the crowd, tells them they're wicked loud tonight. And that SmackDown is the new show of Jericho. Shane announces he'll be defending his title against Kevin Owens later tonight. And then AJ Styles comes out. Styles comes out to a huge pop from the crowd, as he always does. Crowd chanting AJ Styles. And Styles goes, well, Jericho, it's been a while, but, I remember. And, since it has been a long time, a few things have changed, and you are standing in the middle of the house that Styles built. Styles says he would love to take that belt off him, if Jericho actually has it at the end of the night. Jericho says, do you know what happened last night? I made Owen tap in the walls. There's a new face of America, and thy name is Jericho. He says, you know what happens, Styles? You know what happens when you don't think that Jericho will retain tonight? And just as he's about to put him on the list, out comes Owens. Owens says the only thing that matters is that he's going to get his title back tonight. Owens says that if Jericho thinks the Festival of Friendship was bad, wait till you see what he does tonight. Yeah! And this is just your typical promo heel, but this had some extra weight to it because, yeah, he definitely went above and beyond the heel madness tonight. Then Owens asks Styles why Styles even out here. This doesn't concern him whatsoever. He says Styles to get out of his ring. He's about to insult Shane, and then Styles rushes down the ramp, and then Kevin Owens and Styles just start going at it. It's then announced later that AJ Styles will be banned from ringside tonight. And overall, this was an alright promo. Pretty much just set up the main event for later on tonight. Styles had his 2 cents in. Crowd got to see Jericho. Owens got his rematch. And there you go. Moving on. Next up, we had Sami Zayn and Jinder Mahal, accompanied by the Singh brothers. This was a pretty quick match. For those people who are opposed to Jinder, you really can see why. He's very green in the ring. Not green, experience-wise, but he's just not really that entertaining to watch. I would have figured that working with Sami Zayn, who's probably one of the most wrestler-friendly people that you can work with in the WWE, would make him look good, but this was pretty bad. The only notable move Jinder really hit was he hit a big high knee that was somewhat impressive. The ending was Zayn was about to hit a Luva kick. Jinder gets pulled out of the way by one of the Singh brothers. Then as Sami Zayn's about to hit the other ropes, the other Singh brother grabs his leg. Sami Zayn looks at the Singh brother like, what the fuck, bro? Like, seriously. And then Sami Zayn essentially backs into that rock bottom like finisher for Jinder Mahal, and Jinder wins. Alright, so Jinder gets a win, but Jinder does not impress. Jinder's promo wasn't anything of valor, and he leans heavily on the Singh brothers to win. It's an alright heel. It's an alright heel action, but at the end of the day, we would like to see the wrestlers hold their own weight. So I don't know how long that's. He's going to have to impress on his own. I mean, the Singh brothers, it's cute to do it every once in a while, but eventually you're going to have to. It was the same thing that happened with Charlotte. Like, I was so glad once Ric Flair left, because every goddamn match, Charlotte would be essentially up against it, and then Daddy would come save her, and it's just like, it's so sickening to watch, you know? I mean, if you're a heel, cheat, do whatever, you know, but constant outside interference from the same people and stuff, come on, bro. That shit just gets played out. Cut to the back, and Becky Lynch runs into the welcoming committee. And so Natty says that she heard Becky called them a snake on Talking Smack, but if anyone should get a title shot, it should be Becky. So they're pretty much coaxing up to Becky, trying to get him to join their flock. Carmella chimes in, and they just tell him to think about it. And so Becky says, well, I will think about it. Really quick promo, pretty much just putting the thought in Becky's head that, you know, there's another side that you may not have thought of. You know, there is powers in numbers. Charlotte's at the top. You know, we can all get together and we can take the queen down. You know, makes sense, right? So Becky's thinking it over, and then we cut to the back, and so then we have a Shinsuke Nakamura package. So after the package is over, it pans back to Dolph Ziggler in the back. He's looking at it, disgusted. He hates it. He's like, look at this guy. Look at this joke. I mean, you buying this? I mean, what the hell is management thinking? I mean, Jesus, I'm just in a fucking circus around here. And then Shane creeps up behind him and he goes, well, I mean, his name is Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, you met him last week, right? He introduced himself to you. And then Dolph Ziggler goes, yeah, what am I supposed to be, impressed by his entrance? Yeah, you are supposed to be, because him and Balor, like, you could literally just have like a 2-hour segment, or just like a 1 hour. Maybe 2 hours would be a little bit too long, but all you would have to do is just have like a special little show where it's literally just the Nakamura entrance and the Balor entrance, and people would stay and watch for that entire hour, just looping it, just having them take turns. They would totally be into it. Sometimes entrances just catch fire. They're very epic entrances. Once Bray and Balor link up, I fully expect the Demon Balor to come out for that pay-per-view, so that will be a sight to see. But yeah, Nakamura, you got the Kinshasa, and then you have his entrance. Yes! 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 So Ziggler goes, you know, this guy's not impressive. You know, if you think that's impressive, wait till you see what I do to Sin Cara tonight. I don't want to be that guy. And then he just walks off, and it's just like, psh. All right, first off, you're having a match with Sin Cara, so naturally you should crush him anyways. 2, spoiler alert, he kind of doesn't. He kind of gets outshined by Sin Cara. 3, I mean, Jesus. You're just literally not giving Ziggler anything to work with. He's got to be... There has to be more involvement with Nakamura. I don't know, maybe like sending Nakamura something to his house, like, or, you know, doing something, but he really just looks like a naggy little bitch in the back, so. Alright, so we cut to the ring, and Aiden English is singing terribly, and then he's telling all the crowd to shut their goddamn mouth. Ty Dillinger comes out, and squash match. Quick fashion, Ty Dillinger hits a version of the tiebreaker, only the victim doesn't land on his neck. He lands face first into his knee. Possibly, when I first saw the tiebreaker, I was literally thinking like, wow, this is a dangerous ass move. I mean, it really wouldn't take much for you to fuck this move up and permanently injure somebody. So maybe this will be a new version of the tiebreaker, and this will ultimately be his new finisher because it looks a lot wrestler friendly, and it essentially still has the same effect. Honestly, watching him flip people over awkwardly on their neck and then landing it, it really wouldn't take much to, crack something or paralyze something. So, I mean, granted, most of the time his knee's giving into his chest, but it only takes one time, Ask Owen Hart, only takes one time. So, I don't know. I thought it was a good finisher. Squash match. The only thing that I'm not, there's a lot of fan base behind Ty Dillinger, and I've seen the NXT matches. The cage match that he had with Eric Young was really good on NXT, but casual fans don't really know. If you don't watch WWE Network, you have no idea who the hell this guy is. This guy just comes in, says 10 a lot, and he has like 2-minute matches, 2-minute squash matches, like clothesline, suplex, tiebreaker, and now whatever that finisher was, tiebreaker 2.0, and you don't really get to see him highlight his skills. So it would be nice to see him get a little bit more ring time, but Ty Dillinger gets a win, and Aiden English sucks a dick. Come back from commercial break, and Jericho's walking in the back, and he's stopped, and he's asked how he thinks he's going to retain tonight. Then Aiden English walks by and he's crying, and Jericho goes, "Crying? There's no crying in wrestling." And he goes, "You want to know what happens, English? You want to know what happens when you cry? When your tears come out of your eye?" And then he puts English on the list. What a waste of ink. Why would you even waste a line on that, dude? No! Then we cut to Charlotte. Charlotte says that the only thing that the welcoming crew did last night was stop the inevitable because becoming champ is her destiny. Then the welcoming committee show up, quickly start ganging up on her, stomping her out, and then they say, "Welcome to the show, Charlotte. We'll see you out there, buddy." And then we get into the tag team match, which was supposed to be Naomi and Charlotte versus Natty and Carmella. But due to the beating, Naomi had to start this match on her own. And so it became a handicap match between Naomi and Carmella and Natty. So Naomi's holding her own early. Eventually, the numbers gang up on Naomi. So Carmella and Natty are having their way with Naomi, and then Charlotte's music hits. So she makes her courageous walk, holding her ribs, getting to the ring, makes a hot tag, starts clearing house, starts chopping the shit out of Natty. After Carmella misses a Bronco Buster, Charlotte makes a tag to Naomi. Naomi hit a rear view, but then Natty was distracting the ref on the apron, so he wasn't counted. Then Ellsworth jumps on the apron. Naomi goes to swipe at him, misses, bounces off the rope. Carmella rolls her up. 1, 2, 3. Carmella and Natty win. After the match, the welcoming committee start beating up Naomi and Charlotte, and then Becky Lynch's music hits. So Becky Lynch looks like she's about to save Naomi and Charlotte. So she climbs into the ring. So first she looks at Naomi. Then she looks at Charlotte. Then she looks at Tamina and extends her hand. So Becky is going to the dark side. She makes her way down. Tamina, Carmella, Natty, gets to Ellsworth. Ellsworth tells her to bring it in. So she's like, all right, come on. Then throws Ellsworth out of the goddamn ring. Starts attacking in the welcoming committee. But ultimately, the welcoming committee get back on track. They start clearing house again. They kill Naomi, Charlotte, and they give a couple of boots to Becky. And the welcoming committee are standing tall and not getting a lot of response. So overall, this match was all right. The Charlotte injury factor played a little bit into it, made it a little bit more interesting. The random Becky angle where they're trying to get her to join, and then it looks like she's about to join. That was a cool thing, but for the most part, doesn't really prove anything. Had to beat up Charlotte pre-match. Then they had to take out Naomi 2-on-1, and they barely did that. They have to use every single one of them to keep their advantage, and there's really no strength behind them. I don't really feel it at the moment. I thought Becky Lynch would be an intriguing ad, because at this point it's clear that Natty is the leader, but Natty's not really a good leader. If you were to do this kind of crappy gang related thing, it would be much better if it was a face turned heel. So if Becky Lynch was running this group, it would be tolerable, but at the moment it's just hot garbage. Hot garbage. Promo for the New Day. Apparently they're still coming. Like, what the hell are they waiting for? Come back from the promo, and Sin Cara is already in the ring, dressed all in blue, like a Mexican superhero, and he's taking on Dolph Ziggler. So a few spots in this match is Sin Cara hit a nifty cross body off the middle turnbuckle. Sin Cara got some serious takeoff on the ring and essentially spearheads Ziggler on the outside. It was a suicide dive, but I don't know whether Ziggler was standing too far back on purpose or if it was just accidental, but Sin Cara barely reached him, and then he pretty much just spearheaded Ziggler. Sin Cara picked up Ziggler with one arm off the mat and then powerbombed him. That got a good pop from the crowd. The ending of this match is Sin Cara goes for a moonsault, Ziggler gets the knees up, and then hits a random super kick for the win. Alright, so you just heard my match review. It was all started by the word Sin Cara. Nothing notable Ziggler did. He said he was going to show the world why he's impressive, and Sin Cara outshined him. A guy who has scarcely had match time recently showed the fuck out of you and totally embarrassed you, Dolph Ziggler. It almost feels wrong that Sin Cara lost this match, and Ziggler is just kind of free falling, and he's stumbling quite good. Sexy promo of Lana, reminding us all that Lana still exists in the wrestling world and that she is in fact coming soon. And I'm glad that this promo came on, because I was kind of, my eyes were going, man. And then I just happened to, out of the corner of my eye, I saw her doing like the chair dance. And I was just like, ooh, Lana, all right, I'm awake. I mean, my boy's coming up, so, you know, I can't fall asleep. So, Lana, still coming soon. Time for the main event with Jericho taking on Owens for the title. Overall, the general match was all right. Just your standard back and forth match. Jericho focused on Owens' finger early. Jericho got 3 lion tamers on him. Owens got out semi-quickly got out of the first one. Second time he teased a tap out and managed to get it. The third time, the crowd went crazy. I mean, they were just expecting that, oh, you got it in 3 times, you know, this one's gotta be it. Owens and Jericho take their action to the outside. Owens drags Jericho to the start of the ramp and then DDTs him onto the unforgiving ramp. Pretty much from there on in, Jericho was down and out. Owens throws Jericho back into the ring. Jericho is a lifeless zombie. He's pulling him up. He's doing his head shake. He's getting angry. You know the throw to the rope is coming. And then Jericho, last-ditch effort, tries to counter into a roll-up, gets the 2. This only pisses the fuck off Kevin. Kevin gets up, starts booting Jericho, throws him into the rope, pop-up powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, and the face of America is present again. And the world is a happy place. So as the match ends, Jericho is clearly favoring his head. Looks like he really got some damage in on that DDT. So Owens, for a moment, looked like he had remorse. He looked like he might be about to cry. You know, he's like, oh my God, what have I done? You know, this used to be my friend. So he puts the belt down and he's slowly getting into the ring. Nope. Starts fucking attacking Jericho. Starts hitting him. Gives him another pop-up powerbomb. Then he's about to give him a third pop-up powerbomb. But Jericho collapses on his way to the ropes. Can't even finish it. Owens is satisfied and Owens disappears. So you thought Owens was done, huh? Nope. Owens comes back for more punishment. He takes Jericho to the outside. He wedges a chair, opens up a chair, wedges it onto Jericho's head, throws him head first into the steel corner, and Jericho is left screaming in pain. And that is how your SmackDown ends. So overall, I would give this SmackDown probably the lowest rating I feel it will ever get. And I am just going to give this one a 3. I literally hated everything about the show. Me as a Kevin Owens fan, of course, you know, was hyped when he won the title, but it was expected because Jericho is about to leave. And, you know, it just kind of further puzzles why Jericho, I mean, did you really need that cheap pop that bad? Overall, yeah, man. I mean, this was just a straight up snoozer SmackDown. 3 out of 10. Alright, guys, and unfortunately, that's all I have for you tonight. I was trying to get hyped up. I was drinking, I was getting into the mood, I was hyping myself up, I was ready to give like a great review once I got home from work, and then I saw SmackDown and I was like, how am I gonna work with this shit? I mean, it was literally like nothing to highlight. Nope. Something came up for hot spots and total flops, but not gonna spoil that, but that's really the only thing that came out of this match. Alright guys, so I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get some sleep. I gotta do the editing. I got to edit Jay's Battle of the Brands, which will be coming out tomorrow. Be sure and catch my next episode of Hot Spots and Total Flops on Thursday, and Jay will be back with his behind the curtain news and rumors of the week on Friday. Alright guys, and until next time, you crazy kids, see ya.